Welcome back, Mere Mortalites, to another edition of the Mere Mortals book reviews, and we've got some learnings today. We have learnings from Marcus Aurelius' Meditation. I've got the Penguin Classics here. I've done the book review previously, so if you want to go check out that full book review, go do so. We also did it way back in the day. Karen's also reviewed and read this particular book. You know, we love it here at the Mere Mortals, so go check them out if you want to. But I want to actually just go through the learnings and pause there. There would be so many fucking learnings that would come out of this. So many goddamn. I could have tabbed through this thing, that's what I do. I add a little tab here, just sticking it into each point where I go, hey, this is interesting. I probably could have easily gone through like 100 tabs, I would have said. But I didn't. I just went, selectively, what are the ones I'm going to be able to share back, and at least for myself. It isn't, once you highlight or you tab 100 things, you kind of go, are they really then that useful if you're finding 100 things? Sometimes it is. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it is. But at least I held myself back and said, whoa, come on. Just settle down, kid. Settle down. And I've got for you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items. So let's rock and roll on these learnings. First one. What do you got here? Good grief. Open it up. This is from book 2. And again, I'm going to call it book 2. I might not call it that because they're all in different areas. So this might be the last time I call out the book or the section. First one. Remember how long you have been putting this off. How many times you have given a period of grace by the gods and not used it. It is high time now for you to understand the universe of which you are a part, and the governor of that universe of whom you constitute an emanation, and that there is a limit circumscribed to your time. If you do not use it to clear away your clouds, it will be gone, and you will be gone, and the opportunity will not return. So all about just remembering things you've been putting off, and the grace that you've been given by the gods or by time or by space to do so. So just again, and just take a pause here, the way that it's articulated, whether it's translation or the original, the use of words throughout meditations is just so pointed, so direct, so well said, and you take away a lot of things. I reckon I could reread that multiple times and pull away quite a few things. In the initial reading, I went, at least they called out to me, like, the remembering of putting things off. I keep saying this, but things like the book reviews, I put this one off for a couple of days, and didn't mean to this be the first one, but it was another call out of, remember how long you've been putting this off and how much grace you've been given to be able to put things off, because sometimes you won't, and they will be gone, and those opportunities will not return. So when the opportunities are present, take a hold of them. Immortalites, take a hold of them. The second one I've got here. If you set yourself to your present task along the path of true reason, with all determination, vigor, and goodwill, if you admit no distraction, but keep your own divinity pure and standing strong, as if you had to surrender it right now, if you grapple this to you, expecting nothing, shirking nothing, but self-content with each present action, taking in accordance with nature and a heroic truthfulness in all that you say and mean, then you will lead a good life, and nobody is able to stop you. This section, again, it amped me up, right? I was motivated reading this. I was like, you know what? Yep. Present yourself, determined, vigor, there's good values. Expect nothing, shirking nothing. It's genuinely telling you good philosophy, one, check, good-o, but it's effective. It's like, do this. Go do this, and nobody's going to be able to stop you. Oh, man, that's hot. And you're going to live a good life. And to me, that was just quintessential good, effective philosophy, goddammit. Plus, I also see in that particular note so many other places in future books and other descriptions where I go, man, a lot of that has been pulled out from this particular sentence. Like that, just singles, couple of sentences there, man, for that, this book alone, is a goodie. So that's another one there. Let's go to the third one that I've got here. A little bit of a shorter one this time. No, you do not have thousands of years to live. Urgency is on you. While you live, while you can, become good. And again, think about it. This is Marcus writing it to himself, right? No, you do not have 1,000 years. But this applies to all of us. And again, he was the most powerful person on earth. And he was still thinking urgency is on you, right? You don't have 1,000 years. Hey, We're in 2024. Maybe we'll live a little bit longer. I don't foresee that we're going to go for thousands of years, maybe 150, as I keep talking about in the Mere Mortals podcast, but maybe not that long. But while you live, while you can become good, I'd even add, obsessed, better, the best, an eminent human being, whatever. For what reason? Well, urgency comes from you. It doesn't come from the world, doesn't come from externals. If you want to be urgent about what you have and you want to be upfront and realistic with what's in front of you, you're going to be urgent, right? There's a limited amount of time that we all have. Put some effort into it. Put the energy in. Next one. And I noted down here. You can tell these are good. I'm energized just reading this goddamn thing. So I'm like, man, I want to reread some parts of this book. The next note I've got: let any external thing that so wishes happen to those parts of me which can be affected by its happening. And they, if they wish, can complain. I myself am not yet harmed unless I judge this occurrence something bad, and I can refuse to do so. So all about just judging what happens to you versus, judging something that happens to you by what you decide to judge it on your own terms versus what actually has happened to you. Not so much the action, but how you react to it is exactly what that line sort of describes. And again, a very important thing as well, right? Because someone was mean to you or someone, did something bad, again, the reactiveness to that is, well, do you choose to view it in that light, or do you choose to view it in a different light, in a supportive light, in a learning light, in a just leave them alone and go do your own path light? There's many ways that we can interact with the world, and we have that choice within us as well. This one does not, I won't go and read the entirety of it, but I'll just read it from the top line. Do not despise death. Welcome it, rather, as one further part of nature's will. A very dissolution is just like all the other natural processes which life's seasons brings, like youth, old age, growth, and maturity. The reason I noted that is one big piece of theme that comes up across in Marcus Aurelius' meditations is death. And he reflects on death and welcoming death, not being scared of death. Part of this is a just general Stoic idea. Part of this is perhaps Marcus's own view of it in seeing his mortality, in being freed from the maybe anxiety, the stress, the idea of death. A lot of really good conversations and notes around death within here. And I often hadn't thought or considered that before in reading this particular book, nor have I seen it being talked about that much. And so a quick call out on that one is probably that and a handful of other journal entries that you'd go, that's a really insightful piece around death and why maybe it is not something you should be so concerned about. And the final one that I want to just call out today, which is consider each individual thing you do and ask yourself whether to lose it through death makes death itself any cause for fear. So that final one, once again, on death is, is there any individual thing that you do and ask yourself whether to lose it through death makes death itself any cause for fear? Is there any fear to the fact that you lose it at the point of death? Is there fear then itself on death? Just wanted to call that out because there's a couple of notes on death that, to be serious, requires just pensive thought. Like, this is not I'm going to talk about it and what it means directly to me. It's one of those that you reflect on and you think and you sip on a tea, right? Or you sip a whiskey if that's your tile, and you look into the stars and you talk to your partner and you say, are these sort of things about death real? Let's go read Meditations. That doesn't happen. She doesn't read Meditations, but I wish she did. Maybe she will after this book review. That has been the learnings from Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. That's a book review. That's the learnings. So I hope you enjoyed those. Is there any other learnings that you took away from this particular book? Is there different editions that have different learnings or summarization to that? That I would want to know. Send me through a Boostergram. That's some Satoshis with a message attached. We read them out. Supports the podcast. Really, really good. Or send a comment on all the different platforms that we post this out to. Go do it. I'll also summarize it in lots of different quotes, and barely anyone sees them sometimes, but if you do enjoy them, leave a like, go and enjoy it, interact with us. It's the best way to keep us going, because we do this for the enjoyment of books. We enjoy it because we do this already, and then we just try to share it out with the world. So, more lads, that's it. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, once again, that has been the learnings. I hope you're well, wherever you are in the world. One out.